Hi guys, Wheelie here. I have a new kind of box to open with you. I've been talking about it for a little while, but I've been on the hunt for new ways to buy mystery yarn because I like the fun of a subscription box, but it's been a little bit difficult to find an actual crochet subscription box in Australia that doesn't have crazy postage fees because it's coming in from overseas. So what I've started looking for is independent Australian dyers that do little mystery events or yarn clubs. And I've signed up for a couple and the first of them has arrived. This box is from Birdhouse Fibres and this is their October Yarn Club. They're running an event each month in 2022, so I've come in pretty late in October, selling a special yarn in a colour inspired by Australian native wildflowers, which I just think is such a beautiful idea. This box cost me $43 plus postage, and it's meant to include 1 skein of sock yarn and 2 mini skeins in contrasting colours. So I should be able to use the 3 together to make something. Let's have a look though. I'm so keen to see what's in this box. Let's get dangerous. So it's nicely presented. It's wrapped in tissue paper. Not quite as prettily presented as I've seen from some other places. It's just sticky taped. So it's sort of a pink blob. And I've got my invoice in here, so just double check I'm getting my facts right. Let's have a look at the yarn. It's really hard to open it without just ripping it. Wow, this is really interesting and different. Wow. Okay, so I've got one 100 gram skein of yarn and then I've got these 2 little mini ones. The big one is a really interesting mix of kind of oranges and like a deep umber kind of color and green and mottled and gorgeous. And the colorway is called Swamp Bottlebrush. And I'm guessing that is a picture of the Swamp Bottlebrush. It's gorgeous. And then the 2 mini skeins, this is almost duck egg and this one's a kind of, I don't know, like a deep apricot. They feel really soft. Let me just tell you about the yarn. Squish Sock is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, fingering weight yarn. I am really happy with this. And I don't know whether you noticed, there's something else in the box. It's Natural Australiana soap by the Soap Man. It has lemon myrtle oil and melaleuca oil in it. And melaleuca is tea tree. I can definitely smell the tea tree. It's not overpowering though. It has a really nice, clean, fresh smell. I'm gonna have to just quickly read what the sock club entails because I ordered a couple of these kinds of things and I thought this was the one that just had yarn in it, but clearly it's the one that had yarn and soap. So give me just 2 secs, I'll check my computer and I'll tell you about the yarn club so that I make sure I'm getting it correct. So Birdhouse Fibres Yarn Club. For each month of 2022, they're offering an exclusive colour based on our wonderful Australian wildflowers. Each colour will be a surprise. Each month, the set will include a 100 gram skein of Squish Sock, which is what they call this particular style of yarn, with an option of including 2 coordinated mini 20 gram socks. And I did go for that option because when I can have more yarn, I pretty much always say yes. And perhaps there will be a little treat or 2 as well. Okay, so this was a perhaps. This was not something they promised. So that's why I was a little bit perplexed. It's nice though, I kind of like it. It's not an edible, you know, it's not just a Mentos, it's something a little bit more interesting. And I've never heard of the Soap Man. I've never had Natural Australiana soap. And I'm pleased with this. As an alternative to a traditional crochet box, this works quite well. And I know that a couple of people said or have left comments along the lines of they don't want random extra stitch markers or crochet hooks, that they've got enough of that kind of thing. And so I would suggest this is a nice option. You get the mystery and surprise factor of not picking your color of yarn, but you do know what you're getting. You know what yarn fiber you're getting, you know the quantity of yarn you're getting. I'm impressed. I really enjoyed opening this. I think it is a little bit different, a little bit unique, and I like that about it. I also like that this is not a set and forget subscription. So with my previous yarn subscriptions, you buy 1 month and it just keeps coming out of your credit card until you tell it to stop. With this one, you have to order each month individually, and that's got upsides and downsides. You could be too late and miss ordering for the next month, but the upside of it is you're never going to end up with more yarn coming than you want, particularly when you fall behind, which I've done in the past with my subscriptions and have ended up with boxes stacked by the bed. And this is gorgeous. This is not yarn that you could buy at the shop. This is unique and different and interesting. That's it from me for now. I have more different subscription boxes arriving in the next few weeks and months, which I'll open with you, so you get an idea of the different range of things that are out there, particularly in the independent dyer space in Australia. In the meantime, if you'd like to watch me open more boxes, I'll put a link to my playlist of unboxings up on the screen for you, and you can watch some of those now. I would really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment and let me know. Is this the sort of thing you would like to buy? Or are you of the mind that if you can fit it in your hand and it costs $43, it's too expensive? For me, I like it. It's only a handful, but it's cute. I'll see you next time. Bye.